Have you ever looked at a picture of a departed loved one and wished that you had more than just photos of them? Let me tell you what I'm doing to change this for my family. By the time I was 36 years old, I'd lost my brother, my best friend, and an old girlfriend. And almost 15 years later, I find myself wishing that I had something more than just some old photos and memories. Back then, we didn't have these amazing cameras in our pockets. You know, from my brother and my best friend, all I really have is a grainy New Year's Eve party video that somebody shot on VHS from 2001, I think. And then eventually they recorded it on their cell phone and sent it to me. For my old girlfriend, I do have a Christmas video that she shot, but she was the one recording it, so I do get to hear her voice a little bit, but you never get to see her. Now that I'm married again, and I've got 4 kids of my own, I don't want them to be facing some of the same regrets that I have, because honestly, I've never really been a very photogenic guy. Now, whether that's because I'm a big old boy or just never wanted the attention, that leaves them without much of anything about me. So a few years back, my son, after doing his part to bring my granddaughter into this world, he sent me this journal right here. And on the inside cover, he wrote a message. And the part of the message that stood out to me is the last paragraph where he says, "One day, we're both going to be gone, and your granddaughter's going to find herself with questions. Whether they're about where we were born, how we navigated the most difficult periods in our lives, or why I kept a raggedy old blanket for 40 plus years, I want her to have all those answers." So that got me thinking. You know, I don't know a whole lot about my parents and my grandparents. I have vague ideas of where they came from and maybe where they grew up, but I didn't even really know any of my aunts and uncles very well, my great aunts and great uncles. And this isn't something that I wanted my family to go through. So that brings me to why I'm here. The journal my son gave me? Yeah, I haven't really written a single thing inside of it. Now, whether or not that's because I want everything to be nice and neat and pristine, and I don't like making mistakes and I'd want to scratch things out and go back and fix them, or if that's just because I haven't taken the time to sit down and gather my thoughts and put it in there, I decided to go a different route with it. So the first place that I started is I started a blog, opawsjournal.com. And I started to realize a few things about that blog. The first thing that I realized is that that really wasn't going to fix some of my regrets that I have about my departed loved ones. I'm not going to know anything about their mannerisms, the way that they talked. I'm not going to have their voice. I'm not going to see the way that they move. So although it's a good place to get my thoughts down, I also realized a second thing. I don't really write in the same way that I speak. When I write, I try to be very professional and get everything punctuated, and that's just not going to give vocal inflections, tones, and things can get lost in the written word. So we moved on to the second phase of the plan, and that's why we're here. I decided to start a YouTube channel. So over the 50 years of my life, people have told me that I've picked up a little bit of wisdom along the way. Now, maybe I have and maybe I haven't. But if something I say here helps someone else or even brightens their day a little bit, well, that's a bonus. Really, I'm doing this for my family so that they have something more than just photos to remember me by. But you're welcome to join us on this journey. Now, whether you subscribe or not, I'll be here, building this legacy one video at a time. And remember, be good to one another.